Greetings everyone, here's Lodrak again, and this is the game, Once the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against KilRoy. He is the commander of the Allied Forces, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 on the game version 27 with a new extended map. And this was maybe one of the last Dutch bases fall into Japanese hand. This chapter is maybe now also closed. Yeah, in these days there's not too much activity. His convoy is able to pass by my submarine and even hurt my submarine. Still, I hope that most of the ships KilRoy sent to the Marshall Islands will not see other port more. So, no Navy battle again, and yeah, there are still American cap fighters killing my search airplanes. And I sweep over Madras, but no enemy cap fighter there. Pity. This is only standard bombardment in China. And because I'm now in May, I can produce Helen 2A airframes now. This is more or less standard army bomber I will use in the future. Maybe also the 2B later on. And this is KilRoy's Flying Tiger making strafing attacks. How much impact this is hard to say. But it will maybe increase the fatigue of my Thai troops. Okay. Most important, no carrier strike. I send my carriers direction of Luganville. Hope to intercept KilRoy's carrier fleet, and I'm losing still more search airplanes to the Marshall Islands, so I have to normally sweep the base every day to prevent this. Yeah, and KilRoy of course like to bombard my own troops in Toronto. Little payback. But so far I don't really suffer too much destroyed equipment there. And I also have enough supplies to maybe get the disabled units back in combat mode sooner or later. A very light turn, not any surprisings. It's only that my Darwin tank army is able to catch the Australians, of course. and force them out of the hex again. Now everything is disabled and is starting to get destroyed. So the Australian Darwin army is disabled. And this is a battle at Kunming. KilRoy can hold the city, but how for long? And I try to take here the base, and Sheng is also now secured. A lot of Chinese forces are surrendering, broken, or retreating. I have casualties, but most of my equipment is only disabled. In KilRoy lose here maybe up to 2 full combat, or maybe 1 full equipped Chinese corps is destroyed. Because the Chinese corps, they have a lot of manpower. So if they are able to reach the maximum of their table of equipment, I think they are around 600 attack power or something like this, compared to a Japanese, I think, division with 450. But the Japanese have simply better equipment, artillery, anti-aircraft, anti-tank gun, and all of this. And the Chinese, they only have rifles. So they have more rifles but less hard equipment. Good, Nomaya is now, the Allies making a bombardment. I have only a block force there. And my HQ getting here destroyed now. That was not able to escape on that. I was fully aware that there's no option in this game to save this HQ, and also the first HQ I lose in this game, let's say. I can rebuild it and get it back sooner or later. So air losses are equally high. I lost here 2 airframes. Search airplanes over the Marshall Islands, and a lot of other equipment for operational losses. So I lost 2 wounded pilots and 2 killed pilots. Okay. No ships go down, no sinking sound, everything is fine. So my ground units destroyed is now more or less 2 police troopers from China. Then this coastal battery I lost somewhere, I don't know really more where. And this is the Vietnam division getting defeated in Hanoi long time ago. And this is the Japanese first army HQ. I can maybe call back now for 60 points. I can do this. Then he will show up at First Army HQ after 1 month later. No, this is the Air Army. Oops, the First Army. If you can see the star, then it always means they are rebuilt or something. Because you rebuild only the unit, but without equipment. The equipment you must produce on map, more or less. So you will get this unit back, and then you must maybe wait 1 or 2 months to fill up everything with equipment. I'm not so sure with the commander, if the commander is dead or the commander will be the same like before. I never had this, and we will see. So KilRoy was able to more or less free up Chongqing. Now the industry is running again at my ground. More important for me is my divisions are still running, and I can maybe try to find shelter in Chengdu. Is also a double terrain, but I have here also a HQ, so it's not that I don't have a HQ. I send simply my broken units back to the HQ, and then the HQ will help me, and I have here also 2 full divisions. I think this is not so easy for KilRoy to move here around, have problems with supplies, and kick me out of Chengdu. So long I can keep Chengdu, I have still the control over Sichuan. Yeah, I can live with this. Kunming will sooner or later fall, it's a question of time. Nothing else happened here. Some shipping around, but not too much. Tarakan is, I think, now nearly finished. Yeah, still 23 oil. I must produce more. Balpapan is already everything fine. Miri is a little behind. Refineries are more or less finished. Oil I don't really produce. I must normally send more supplies to Beri to fix this oil, but it costs so much. Remember that one broken unit costs you 1,000 supplies, so I need here 150,000 supplies to fix the oil. And I have normally enough crude oil, and here you can see in Palmbang I have 70,000 tons crude oil, and in Balikpapan I have over 1 million ton crude oil, and in Japan I have also maybe, Tokyo alone have nearly 1 million tons of crude oil, and if this is all empty, I still have 250,000, okay, here in Port Arthur. Yeah, so keep in mind where's your oil, and ship it to the locations where you need it. Japan have a 400 capacity of refineries here, so in Osaka and Tokyo both 200, and you don't produce here really crude oil in Japan, so I would keep an eye. If you have less than 250,000 crude oil in Japan or Tokyo, then maybe start to ship it, but before it's not necessary. Yeah, it's more important to really ship the fuel maybe around. So my tanks was able to catch the Australian, kicks them again. Less and less units, less and less equipment and manpower is left over. So I think maybe one more battle and then the complete Australian army is destroyed. Here's a formation with some supplies. This is emergency supplies going to Townsville. I have enough supplies, but it's always better if you have double or triple the supplies than I requested. So most important question is now, and where is now the enemy? My carriers are here in position north of Luganville, but I lost sight of KilRoy's carrier fleet. But I still believe that they must be maybe south of Fiji or somewhere here. Maybe they are protecting their own shipping now. Not so sure. So I will maybe close the distance and go for Luganville and wait in Luganville for the new confirmation of the location. Good. And in Marshall Islands is only, there are some fighters, and these fighters are very successful killing my search airplanes. So I lost here 2 wounded pilots are here. This are the 2 wounded pilots this turn. Yeah, so 2 airframes, 2 wounded pilots. Pity. And like I said before, my A&D, I push first the A6M5 simply because this is based on the H35, and in relation to this I have 3 factories for H35, so it's more easy to catch here the 500 pool bonus. Once this A&D is done, I can go to the M8, and the M8 will then, I can also do this now, but remember that you cannot upgrade directly. You must first upgrade to the B, C, and then 8. So you can upgrade in this way, and you can keep still your ND tool running without any damage. But then here now you can see this airframe is based on H33. So if you want to run this AND tool with double percentage, you must make sure that you have here 500 pool, and I don't have 500 pool, so it makes no sense to push this now. And also, I would always finish one R&D project before flipping the tool. Good. And you can also see that I finished already the Helen, so now I go for Helen 2B. Because production of airframes is yeah, I start now produce Helen 2A, and 2B is the last of the development line. And I also increase the number of A6M2 roofs, because the roof you can upgrade the factories without destroying them. The A6M2 cannot do this because they have other upgrade paths. It's a little strange of this game, but more or less I must, I can use this factory for anything what I want. The A6M2, or if I change it to anything else, this will not work. Because the game don't really show this, that you can use the tracker software for this. But more or less it is, you go from A6M2 to fighter bomber. Asembuko, to this one. But this one is more or less the upgrade for the A6M2. But this airframe is starting 1st of February, February 44, very late. And I don't know, because this is a fighter bomber edition. I will go for the A6M5. This is from February 42, so it's much easier to catch this airframe. And this airframe gives you already a speed bonus, not really much more. You will lose range, but you get more speed, and speed is important at the end. And all others I skip, because the A6M5 is more or less a combination out of everything. So the speed will not increase more because you don't get a better engine, but you get for this upgrade more or less armament, still keeps the speed, and you get 2 heavy machine guns and not more 2 light machine guns, plus the capacity of 2 bombs. Not 60 kilogram bombs, but 250 kilogram bombs, and they really can create damage, let's say this. Of course, this range will completely drop. So with this airframe, you only run with air tanks or drop tanks, not more with internal tanks only. But I mean, if you make captain, maybe still. Good. So this is the one story, and I only think that it does make no sense to make anything with the Betty. There's a big upgrade path of Betty, but you can all forget it. Betty is simply a too old design to really push this. And every player must more or less choose what airframe he want to choose to focus on. You can go for the Key 100, or you can go for Tojo, or you can go for Oscar. They are all more or less the same. They are no high-end and not late game engines or airframes. At the end, you always will need to take the Key 84. That is a standard fighter for late game, and then you can have also some special airframes if you want to go for 83. I would still say 83 is maybe the best high altitude, long distance fighter the Japanese have. But anyway, this is all depending on the player, what you like and what you don't like. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.